Tombs, graves, and monuments. All that and more coming up on this episode of Sights for Sore Eyes. In today's episode of Sights for Sore Eyes, we once again find ourselves among the dearly departed. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I've been binging the original Dark Shadows on Tubi TV, so I was channeling my inner Barnabas Collins and Victoria Winters, but that's a different story. Today we are in Columbus, Ohio, at the Green Lawn Cemetery. The Green Lawn Cemetery is pretty old, by American standards anyway. It was established in 1848 and is over, I believe, 130 acres and is home to some pretty impressive tombs that we're going to take a look at today. Let's check them out. Behind me you can see the C.H. Hayden tomb, which sadly you can't really see in. If you notice behind me, I don't know if you can see that, there's a blue tarp in the door. It's under renovation. You can just peek inside and it's in pretty rough shape, but I did manage to get these little crappy pictures on my iPhone. But you can see the beautiful detail on the iron gate. Must have had some coin. Here we have the Packard family tomb. No idea if they're associated with the car or not, but it's done in the Egyptian style that became popular around when King Tut's tomb was discovered. This section is dedicated to Civil War soldiers. I can't tell you if they were Confederate or Union. There's a American flag in the middle, so I'm gonna guess Union. This old marble headstone here is so old and worn, there is not a single word on it. So this is what I know about the Green Lawn Cemetery. Like I mentioned before, it was established in 1848. Before then, there were other smaller cemeteries scattered around Columbus and Franklinton, whichever. And some of those still exist, but for the most part, because of city expansion and industrialization and railroads and things, this larger cemetery was established, and some of those other cemeteries were moved here. Of course, when you move a cemetery, 9 times out of 10, some people get left behind for some reason or another. So there's probably still people underneath the market. Was the North End Market or Northway Market or something? I'm not from here, so forgive me. There's probably still some dead people under there. There's also the Franklinton Cemetery. That one was established in, I believe, 1799, and there were a few people that were moved from there to here, but that cemetery still stands. I may or may not get a chance to check it out. But that's what I know about this cemetery. Let's keep looking around. This section here took me a second to figure out what battle of war these graves were from. Most people died in 1892, and they're from the Indian Wars. So as I stated, this cemetery was established in 1848. Let's see what else was going on in the world in 1848. James K. Polk was president. That guy. Frederick Douglass participated in the first Women's Rights Convention in Seneca Falls, New York. We're still waiting for that ERA thing to get passed. James W. Marshall discovers gold in California. Wisconsin became the 30th state admitted to the Union, and Congress created the Oregon Territory. My favorite, Phineas Gage survived being impaled through the head by a 3-foot-long iron rod. And of course, slavery was still in full effect. I did not do that. I was not doing a bit. I saw the statue is wearing a mask. She's smart. Notice where she is. This is the Hawks family. This is Emma P. Hawks. And this is a new one. I've never seen this before. It's a cameo inside of the tomb. Well done, Emma. Well done. And on the other side is Dr. Hawks. Let's get a better look at him. Pretty cool. I like it. This Hawks tomb is just the tomb that keeps on giving. Nice statue on top. And then there's this awesome quote. I was just mentioning something similar to this when looking at the Spanish American and Indian Wars tomb. It says, "The rich, the poor, the haughty die, and all in dust without distinction lie." This is the Sessions plot. Nice obelisk. The only thing nicer is that they had someone in their family named Orange Johnson. That's pretty good. And Aghsa, Aghsa, I don't even know how to, Aghsa, I don't know what that is. Well, there you have it anyways. Moving on. This is the tomb of little George Blount. He fell down the stairs or over a banister, hit his head on the stove in 1873, died about a week later, and this was carved of him from a portrait. Once again, I did not put the mask on. I am not doing a bit, but from the mouths of babes, huh? Sorry for the noise of doing landscaping, but had to get this one because this lady's creepy and her eyes do follow you. Rude. Any hoozle, this is Eliza G. She died in 1850. Even more interesting than her face is her father's name, Eliphagelet. It's a pretty good name. It's the tomb of Fred Lazarus' family. Lazarus, that is such a great name to have on a tomb, isn't it? It's one of my favorite styles of monuments, the sarcophagus motif style. This is Len Starling, born in Virginia, died 1848 at 65 years old. But what's really cool is this quote on the back. I'll read it to you. It says, "Possessed of a clear, comprehensive, and reflecting mind, which was quickened and expanded by extensive travel, observation, and intercourse among men, rather than by reading, energetic and persevering of a most retentive memory and a sound judgment, he readily applied his knowledge, and in the business affairs of life was eminently successful, leaving many liberal and generous bequests, being also the founder of the Starling Medical College." It's a run-on sentence, I do believe, because I don't see a period. Anyhow, it's good anyway. This one's pretty cool. Frederick W Schumacher. It's very Roman. The images of human toil. Seems like something you would see outside the road into ancient Rome or something. Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip to the Green Lawn Cemetery here in Columbus, Ohio. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit notifications. How else are you going to know when I post a new video? So I guess we learned a few things from visiting the old cemetery here. Death comes to us all, and even statues have sense enough to wear a mask. But I think the most important takeaway is you gotta watch Dark Shadows. It's on Tubi TV. It starts off where Victoria Winters is going to, well, you'll find out. It's really good. Check it out. Anyhow, I'll see you next time. Bye. Bark!